Morning, Kevin. First Tuesday of February 2017, and you know what that means?
I think the Reserve Bank are going to make a fool of themselves again. What do you think?
Well, it could be on the cards. I think the banks have been doing some crazy things recently, putting their rates up independent to the Reserve Bank. So, be interested to hear what your thoughts are on what they might do again today.
Well, the cash rate's 1.5%, which is the highest in the world. They last met in December and then went on a 2 months holiday. And of course, 2 minutes after the last meeting, we got that terrible GDP number, which said that we're heading for a recession. If we get another month like that, then it's official we are in a recession. And what that proves is the Reserve Bank, which is supposed to look 12 or 18 months ahead, really can't look 2 days ahead, because they took no action on unemployment, no action to put more liquidity into the economy to help avoid this recession. They didn't even see the recession. So, as usual, we say, what's the Reserve Bank going to do and what should it do? So, I think what it's going to do is use this as an excuse to do nothing. So, what they should do is immediately drop rates to 1%, because instead of doing little incremental ones, there's got to be a big jolt that'll have an effect in the economy. But more important than that is the banks are laughing at the Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank, RBA, is acting like the Rich Bankers Association. When the Reserve Bank lower rates, they don't. They only pass on a little bit. Now, this never used to happen. Prior to Rudd, we had treasurers with guts that would pick up the phone and ring the banks and say, you're going to pass this on in full, and they always did. It was just a matter of it's going to take a week or 2 weeks, or which bank's going to be first, which bank's going to be last. So they're sitting on a lot of money, as this chart shows you. The A and the B shows you that they can give us a lot of money. They're not. They're making themselves rich. And the problem is that has created a credit squeeze, as this next chart shows you. Since Rudd, we've had 9 years of a credit squeeze that no one's talking about. So the banks are just taking more and more money out of your and my pocket, and no one's doing a thing about it. So whatever the Reserve Bank does today, it's irrelevant, because they're a joke. The banks are ignoring them. The Treasurer is ignoring what the banks are doing. No one's talking about a credit squeeze. So really, the Reserve Bank is a redundant Bank of Australia. You're a total irrelevance. So I think we'll be coming back this afternoon to announce that the Reserve Bank is sitting on its hands.
So Kevin's prediction is rates should come down to 1%. We think the Reserve Bank Governor will keep it steady on the same rate. So let's see this afternoon, Kevin, if the Reserve Bank Governor has any ticker to move rates down.
And watch out, Reserve Bank, because our Treasurer is going to get a ticker and he's going to pick up the phone and he's going to talk to you. Watch out.
Well, would you expect that to happen?
No.
Well, your money was right this morning. They left rates unchanged yet again at 1.5%.
When can Trump take control of our Reserve Bank? And even better still, it's the Rich Bankers Association, we all know that. And the Governor is now on $1 million plus a year. It's incredible. I think that's 3 times more than our Prime Minister is getting. And that's $1 million more than Trump is getting. Who's getting bang for their bucks? So what's this guy doing? Now, his number one target to achieve his $1 million is full employment. Now, let's see how good this guy is. Now, I've got here his Reserve Bank monetary statements after each decision going back 4 months. So, on the 4th of October, what does he say about unemployment? Now, remember, this is now into what we know now was a recessionary quarter. All of our incomes went down. He says the unemployment rate has fallen further on the 4th of October. So you'd think, well, this is going to inspire him to do something here. Wow, isn't it good? But in the next sentence he says, indicators point to continued expansion in employment in the near term. Well, did that happen? Let's look at the near term. I presume he means in the 2 months later on the 6th of December. Wow, look what we've got here. On the 6th of December he says, indicators are somewhat mixed. The unemployment rate has declined this year. So we've got 2 months later, unemployment, expansion in employment. No, it hasn't happened. So now he's definitely going to lower rates, isn't he? Because he's got to look after full employment.
Yeah, definitely, and he's had his 2 month sabbatical, so we're now into February.
Well, let's see what happened in February. But also in 6th of December, he says expansion in employment in the near term. So he's saying, I'm fulfilling my number one rule, just look after employment. It's going to happen. 6th of December, it says, whoops, it hasn't happened, but it's going to happen. So let's look at what he's done today. He's really come forward to help the poor old workers. There's 2 million people out there looking for work. 2 million. And Turnbull is wondering why people aren't voting for him. Nowhere in Australia's history have we had 2 million people looking for work and the media aren't talking about it.
Yeah.
People can't get money to expand their businesses, but here he says there's full liquidity in the economy, and yet we know that's not true. And we're going to show you a little clip of Trump doing something about it in America.
We will also pursue financial reform that will help striving Americans get the credit they need to realize their dreams.
When are they going to wake up that they've got the world's highest interest rates, they have a high Australian dollar, and we've got the worst reserve bank in the world? When are they going to wake up? You know, this is a recent experiment to have an independent, very expensive, non-elected, non-accountable body setting our interest rates. And on this board, we've only got bureaucrats and top executives, no one that's self-employed. Not one person is self-employed, self-made person on here. There's not one Gina Reinhardt, there's not butcher, no one baker, no candlestick maker. No one on this board. They don't understand.
So this morning, Kevin, we said that the Reserve Bank should be dropping their rates to 1%. They remain constant at 1.5. Moving forward, we see GDP impacts. The Reserve Bank governor is still thinking we've got to see what's happening in the December quarter. Surely they've got to get down to 1% at least next month.
We should strip the resource sector income out of our determination of whether we're in a recession or not, and look at the incomes that Australians have got. So we've got an elephant in the room here, and the elephant in the room is there is a credit squeeze going on in Australia. Hello, Mr. Treasurer, people can't get money off the banks. Hello, Mr. Treasurer, APRA is stopping people get money off the banks. Hello, Mr. Treasurer, the banks are taking money off people for loans going to P&I that should be interest only. And hello, APRA is also exciting these banks to take money off consumers to satisfy your desire to have these banks more capitalised. You do that if there's a crisis around. You don't do when the crisis is unemployment. 2 million people trying to get a job. Retail sales falling, job growth falling, wage increases flatlining, disposable income falling. You don't bring on a credit crisis in that situation. We have an elephant in the room that no one's talking about. We have a credit crisis.
And let's see if we get the Treasurer at our conference coming up in March and get the white elephant in the room. What do you think?
I think it'd be a great idea. So come on, Mr. Treasurer, we'll give you open stage and we'll have a good chat with you again on the credit squeeze in Australia and the monopoly on banking in Australia. If you'd like to come to our conference, we're on our 23rd. We have 20 genuine, successful property investors from their heart telling you why they're successful and from their heart telling you the traps that they found and how they come up with solutions. If you haven't been there before, have a look at the website, see what it's all about. We've got to see you there. If you want to protect your wealth and grow your wealth, come along and see us.
And hopefully we'll have Scott Morrison there to meet you as well.
And I see you brought this along. I'm on Fiji time, no hurry, no worry. I think Phil wants to award that to the Governor of the Reserve Bank. Well done, Phil.
No worries. No hurry.